Do you know that you are golden? Like, do you really know that you are golden? That you are who you've been looking for all this time? Like, do you know it in your gut and in your spirit? This is the star energy that we'll be talking about today. Hi, I am Jamila, a certified holistic energy healer and licensed professional counselor. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk about all things pertaining to a decolonized, holistic wellness healing journey for the global majority, Black, brown, indigenous, persons of color, and the intersectionality of that. It is my belief that through our collective healing is a pathway to our liberation. So, welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Greetings, community, and welcome back to another episode of the Rooted Soul podcast series. And so today we're going to be talking about the star energy, rebirth through divine illumination, restoring hope and spiritual alignment through ancestral light. I'm really excited to get into this episode because it's like such a beautiful moment of like recognition and celebration of the work that has been done. And if you have been following along and doing your healing work, as we have been talking about the energies that we all store within us, particularly pertaining to the global majority, Black, brown, indigenous, and people of color, then like you've come to this point now, like where, I don't know, it just feels like a coming home moment when we talk about the star energy. And so I'm excited to get into it. So, the star energy is the return of the ancestors through you. I don't mean the like literally your ancestors are like taking over your body. That's not what I mean. But I mean there is new hope and promise for generational healing. The spiritual power of your ancestor line lives and breathes through you. And so it's about that spirit that has come before you, the ancestors who have come before you, who were the healers, who were the diviners, who were the root workers, who were the activists, who were the writers, who were the fill in the blank. That spirit being ignited and fully recognized within you. And when that happens, when that occurs, you come to this comfortable awareness that you are who you have been looking for, that you are your ancestors' wildest dreams, that you are equipped with everything you need to carry out purpose with divine power. The star energy is such a beautiful energy. When I think about the star energy, I think about it in such a cinematic way, like a love story, not a romantic love story, but a family love story, a love story of a people, of a nation type of thing. So you could like do a whole movie, I think, on the star energy. The star energy reminds me of a book, actually, The Children of Blood and Bones. And if you have not read that book, I recommend you do. I think they're going to come out with a movie, which I'm excited about when it does. It's such a good book, written by Tomi Adeyemi. And without giving too much of it away, it's the saga of the children returning to their ancestral powers. And so to me, it gives off the vibes of the star energy, right? And going through the journey and the process of coming into your divine powers, which has been, what we've been talking about on this on this podcast. So The star energy can be viewed as one of the culminating events thus far on the journey of coming into harmony and balance with the divine power that is within you. It is recognizing and embodying all of the energies we've talked about thus far. And when you come into the energies, you come to this moment, right? Like you come to the moment of number 8, moment of knowing that I am of infinite power. Our divine power is ancestral power, and that's the star energy. The star energy is another opportunity to decolonize the identity and reclaim the word energy of star. In Western society, this energy has been defined to only belong to a select few, right? Like entertainers, celebrities, athletes, straight A students, and etc. But you are a star. I am a star. We are stars. I've spoken about this before in some of my other episodes about how the colonizers, their weaponization of words and energy, words are energy. So I'm using word energy simultaneously, and how they have taken words and decided what they will mean, and how, this has disconnected us and blocked access to us utilizing word energy. But our decolonized healing journey returns us to power, the power to define, the power to narrate our own stories. As above, so below in the universe, there is infinite number of stars. We are stars, and we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. I would love to hear in the comments your thoughts and reflections on the star energy. Is this your first time ever hearing about it? How has it been for you on your healing journey, coming into communion with your ancestors and coming into divine power? I know for me it was a very long process and journey of coming into communion with my ancestors and recognizing and fully embracing the divine power that is within me. And probably at another time I can actually, share a little bit about my journey if that's something that the community would be interested in, my story, and coming into my returning to my indigenous practices and spirituality. So please share in the comments what your journey or experience has been. So when we talk about the star energy in indigenous spirituality, the star represents divine illumination, the guiding ancestral light that reminds us of hope after chaos. Where, the tower tears down illusions, the star brings the cool, cleansing waters of renewal and spiritual grace, back to that warmth and that love of a story of a unconditional love and power of a nation. Like I was saying, this star energy to me brings. It aligns with Mama Wata and Yemoja, the orishas of healing waters and divine beauty, symbolizing emotional cleansing, spiritual rebirth, and intuitive flow. This is the energy of ancestral remembrance. The moment you realize that even after hardship, your spirit still shines. The star energy invites us to reconnect to our higher essence and purpose, trust our spiritual gifts and the guidance of our ancestors. It invites us to surrender control and allow divine alignment to flow. When this energy flows freely, you feel peaceful, inspired, and attuned to divine timing. You trust the unfolding of your path and embody calm confidence in your destiny. When the star energy is blocked, is what we're going to talk about now. Um, when that energy is blocked, the soul feels dimmed or disconnected from spirit. And in my community membership, I break down a way of understanding the soul and spirit, from utilizing the chakras, the chakra energies that run through channels that run through our body. So without getting into that too deeply, the soul can be signified as like the crown chakra, right? And then your spirit can be signified by your heart chakra. And so when this star energy is blocked, the soul feels dimmed or disconnected from the spirit. So therefore the spirit, which your heart chakra, which represents your intuition, is not getting the spiritual downloads, which is where the filters through, which becomes intuitions, if that makes sense. And so there's a disconnect there. And so because of that, like, you may feel loss of inspiration. You, particularly as, people of color, black and brown people, like, we go through a lot on this journey, on this planet we call Earth, right? Because of racism and oppression and so many things, right? And so because of that, we experience a lot of trauma that we're healing from. And a sign that this energy is blocked in you would be like a difficulty in finding inspiration, in finding renewal, or finding the healing through a struggle or trauma. You can feel these feelings of emotionally drained, right? Your creativity is blocked and your spirituality is dry. Again, like I was saying, there's this disconnection from intuition and ancestral messages because of the disconnect between the crown chakra and heart chakra, using those as examples of the soul and spirit, which can create anxiety and despair about the future, unable to see the light ahead. You may find difficulty receiving love, guidance, or blessings due to mistrust. A block star energy often manifests after emotional upheaval. When we resist surrender or doubt the ancestors' timing, are just totally disconnected and in denial of recognizing that your ancestors are present and the messages that they're trying to share with you, meaning like you deny their presence, their power. You act like they don't even exist. So either you know they exist and you ignore it, or you deny that they exist, and so therefore you're ignoring it in that way too. And so both of those are what I mean, how it can manifest an emotional upheaval because of the resistance to surrender to ancestors' divine wisdom. I think this is a good place to kind of dive into like ways of reconnecting to the star energy, which in essence is connecting to your ancestral wisdom. And I think a good place to start with that is with the zodiac correspondence to the star energy. Aquarius, I think Aquarius is such another, which ironically, aligns with the star energy, because I think it's such a beautiful energy as well, the Aquarius energy, which is the energy of I know. And it's symbolized with the water barrier, but it is an air. It is aligned or has the most power with the element air. So I'm going to talk about this though from air and water, and so just bear with me with this, because the water is the soul. It's like it's the origin of where we all come from, right? And so water could be symbolized as the soul, and air could be symbolized as the spirit. Back to how I was saying earlier, how we could use chakra examples, and how the crown chakra could symbolize the soul, and how the heart chakra could symbolize the spirit. So now I'm going to use air and water, and I hope I'm not confusing anyone. And so when we talk about Aquarius energy of I know, right, then the crown chakra are the water, right? Like the sacred waters, the ancient waters, before we even know it as the water, like what we see now, Noon and ancient Kemet, and Kush, ancient Kush, like the ancient waters, the mist of water, right? That soul, that all knowing, that divine knowing, that universal consciousness, aligning it with air, with spirit, right, allows you to utilize it to walk in this divine knowing. And so that leads us into the planetary influence of Uranus, right? Because Uranus is like this divine innovation and liberation and awakening. And so you're able to create, which is Aquarius. Partner energy is Leo, which is the energy of creative power. And so like you're able to move in your divine knowing and utilize your creative power from a divine innovation way, right? The Aquarius energy aligns with the star's higher vision. It's a bridge between individuality and universal consciousness. It encourages collective healing, innovation, and breaking free from beliefs versus knowing, which we talk a lot about in the past 2 episodes around shadow work. Shadow work is coming into your knowing and then living that knowing. It is challenging all the beliefs and dismantling the ones that do not align with your knowing. That's what the shadow work journey is. And so it encourages that breaking free of that. So when we talk about the energetic medicine, to restore this energy, we call upon energetic medicine, right? Because everything is about energy. Everything is about vibration and frequency. And so when we talk about energy healing around this energy, the star energy that embodies the elements of air and water, it's cleansing, calming, and spiritually uplifting. And so some energy things that you can do is working with crystals and minerals. The moonstone is one that could be very beneficial. And when I say working with crystals and minerals, the way that crystals and minerals work, and from an indigenous spirituality practice, everything has energy within it, even if it's just at rest, right? And so when you're working with them, like placing them somewhere near your what is that called? Your nightstand, or maybe even at your desk where you work. When you have that near you, like you are joining, your energy is not always at rest. So when you are aligning your energy with that, like when you touch that with your energy, like you are awakening or igniting the energy that is stored within there at rest, and then you're allowing it to become embodied in you. So that's kind of like how crystals and minerals can work. I think though it's important to mention that with anything that is external, the goal is not to become dependent on that. All energy is within you. These are just tools to support you. So, in saying that, the moonstone is one that can be helpful in heightening your intuition and divine feminine connection. Femininity, not in the way that sex is boxed off in this Western society. No, we all have the feminine and masculine energy. We're talking about energy within us. And so it can help to heighten your intuition and divine feminine connection. Something else that can be very beneficial in energy work is water rituals. So that's like spiritual baths with Florida water or sea salt, or jasmines to cleanse spiritual heaviness. Air element, so that's breath work, our song, our wind offerings to the ancestors, burning sage, sweetgrass, or frankincense. And then I want to talk about some sound frequencies that can be used. So, like I was saying, everything is energy, vibration, frequency. And so here are some frequencies that you can listen to that can help restore energy harmony within you. And particularly, we're talking about the star energy, right? Which is like this culminating experience of energy in you, are coming into harmony with energy within you. So 528 hertz is good for DNA repair. 963 hertz is good for crown chakra, which is divine consciousness. So those are some things that you can do around this energy healing work. If I want to, share this disclaimer that if you are new to energy work and it's feeling overwhelming for you, because a lot can come up with that, please seek support. Rooted Soul is a community that you can look into, the services that we offer around support. There are other resources out there as well. I don't want to make it seem like I'm the only one. I am not. There are a lot of my fellow sisters and brothers out here doing the work, but to just seek support for it. So when we talk about the chakra work, the star connects primarily to the crown chakra, like we were talking about. Then it comes down through the third eye chakra. So because now you're able to see, right, with your third eye. So you're able to see beyond the senses. And then you're able to honor that through your intuition, right? Your heart chakra telling you it is well, right? This is well. And so when this is all in balance, you feel divinely connected, inspired, intuitive, and trusting. When this is not in balance, you can feel lost and disconnected from source and doubtful of your path. So some healing practices that can be beneficial, some yoga poses. One is the fish pose. And the poses that I mentioned in the episodes, you can Google them, or you can just find like someone that's really great in just opening up inner chakra channels that have actual just like yoga routines around that. Our yin yoga, our restorative yoga, these are things that could be beneficial. Black yogi Nicole, I think that's her name. I'm gonna put her name down in the bio, the description part, because I don't think I'm saying her name right. She is someone that I follow, and I think she does a really good job putting together yoga routines for healing. But the fish pose can be beneficial in opening up your upper chakras. So when we talk about some root work practices to embody this star's frequency, this energy, moon water anointing, you can collect moon water under the full or new moon. So you can either place water out. I would utilize spring water, like place it outside under the full moon or new moon. That's a way. There's also some people that sell like very pure high vibrational water. And I want to say there are those type of people, they already sell moon water. But anyway, it can be used to like anoint your forehead and heart before meditation to open up divine guidance. If you don't have access to moon water, you can use something like rose water. That's something you can buy like over the counter. It could be used as a supplement, or like creating like your own holy water, spiritual water, maybe adding like some couple of drops of lavender into some purified or spring water. Some herbal allies, lemongrass. Lemongrass can be very beneficial to lift stagnation and clear energy. Blue lotus for spiritual visions and lucid dreaming. Hibiscus to honor Yemulja and restore emotional balance. When we talk about lucid dreaming, I want to mention that lucid dreaming is basically, there's a lot out there around lucid dreaming. And sometimes I feel like there's could be so much information out there that we could feel like maybe it's not something that we have access to, but we all have access to it. It's basically, and it's astral dreaming. It's like when you take yourself, not your body, but your spirit, to another realm. And this comes with practice, like practice in being in a meditative state. And some can what's the word I'm trying to look for? It could be equivalent almost to like daydreaming. Is a form of lucid dreaming. And so ancestral offering. So ancestral offering is something that you can do as well to align with this energy, right? So you can light a blue or white candle and speak your intentions to your ancestors, thanking them for their guidance through your healing. So, I want to go over some daily wellness practices that you can do to align with the star energy. Creating morning rituals, rather through drinking water with intention and speaking affirmations of peace and clarity into it before sipping it, right? Like that's a morning ritual that you can do. Meditation, spend 10 minutes in silence. This can be part of your morning ritual, and then you can also create an evening ritual around that. Another practice, our daily wellness practice, is finding your creative flow and finding ways to connect with your creative flow, right? Whether if it's through painting, dancing, singing, or writing. Connecting to nature, spending time under the night sky or by the water, or taking a hike in the mountains if you have access to the mountains, or just walking through the woods, or just sitting by a family of trees, right? Like feel the rhythm of the earth and sky and realign your spirit with the natural rhythm, nature's rhythm. And then finally, having a gratitude journal. Each night, write down one moment of light you experienced that day. These anchors can create hope, maintain hope, a presence of hope in your life. So, as always, in closing, I always want to leave you with an affirmation to align with the energy we talked about. And the affirmation I want to leave you with is, I am divinely guided and protected by the light of my ancestors. I am divinely guided and protected by the light of my ancestors. The star energy is the calm after the storm, the breath after the cry, the moment the ancestors whisper, "Child, your light never left. It was only waiting for you to remember." Thank you for visiting the Rooted Soul TV. Please again like, share, and subscribe. If you are in need of additional support on your healing journey, please visit Rooted Soul's website to learn more about our services. And remember, community, to stay rooted, stay whole, and stay in your soul. Ashe.